polish in my hand, I'm ready to create each nail a masterpiece. I can hardly wait. Soft pastels or vibrant hues, each tells a tale in their artistry of nails. Nothing ever fails. With each swirl and twirl, let the magic begin. In this kingdom of gloss, there's no end to the wind. Gloss on my fingertips, watch them shine bright. Painted like a canvas, colors taking flight. Feeling fierce and fabulous, I'm ready to ignite. Slaying the nail game every single night. Nails and beauty talk with Asia the Bird. Nails and beauty talk with Asia.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. To have a very special guest with us today, she is a nail artist from Ireland. Please welcome Nails by NBK. Hello, NBK, and welcome.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, I'm good. Thanks for having
Yes,
me on.
yes, absolutely glad to have you. So I want to go ahead and get started by asking where you're originally from and talk to us about your upbringing.
Okay, so I was actually born in Nigeria, but I was brought here with my parents from a very young age. So
Hmm.
most of my life, all I know is Ireland. I went to school here, primary school, secondary school. I'm currently in college, also known as university as well over here.
Hmm.
So that's like my background basically.
Mm. Yeah, that's really, really cool. So I want to get into in terms of like, school experience. So what was like, your school experience, if you can go more in depth into that.
Yeah, so my school experience obviously was just mainly in Ireland, and it was very basic for like obviously what I know. Ireland is just like secondary school, primary school, secondary school, college, very straightforward. There was like obviously being brought here from a young age. There was obviously kids like being new to like foreign people and obviously kids being mean and everything. But apart from that, I had a really good education in Ireland from secondary school, um, primary school, secondary school, and I'm currently in college and everything is going well to be honest. It's very well to be honest.
What school are you attending as far as in Ireland?
I'm currently in college in Dundalk Institute of Technology, so that's also a university because I think in America you guys call college something else, but it's also university over here.
Yeah, it's university over here as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
as
Oh, I
well.
mean,
Okay. I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was weird.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we mostly call it college. We say university and stuff like that, or college and university.
Okay.
We do have community colleges here in the U.S. We have
Same.
like, of course, private, nonprofit colleges, universities, stuff like that. The college I went to art school, so I went to this school called
Okay.
SCAD, and
Yeah.
that's a college, art school college. So pretty much it's about like art and design, illustration, animation, sequential art. I majored in illustration and stuff like that. So yeah.
We have some similar things over here as well. We just have a mixture of a lot of different kind of things that people want to go into. But yeah, college is just like the same as university here as well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Now, as far as also like, attending school, was it mostly white dominated? White dominated, like in terms of classes and university, things like that.
Yes. So, yes, it's definitely white dominated over here. However, there are areas that you would go to school, like primary school, secondary school, and college, where there would be like a big population of like black people or just ethnic people in general. It just
Right.
depends on where you choose to go to school. Growing up, I've been to two secondary schools. My first secondary school was very dominated with black people as well, or just ethnic groups in general. However,
Hmm.
I did end up having to change secondary schools, and it was a completely different area. So
Hmm.
I think in the whole school there was about six black people, or
Hmm.
ethnic people, in general. So it just depends on the area you're going to, but it definitely in general would be more dominated with white people.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So I want to get into as far as in terms of interest. So was nails something that you've always wanted to do, or did you have like interests like prior to nails, like other hobbies of interest?
Okay, so to answer that question, no. Originally, nails wasn't something I always wanted to do. What happened actually was during lockdown, we were obviously stuck in the house. My mum just kept encouraging me to pick up a new skill or start something new. And she was like, "Oh, you never know what you could do with the new skill that you pick up." And I had no interest in nails at the time, so I kept telling her, "No, I don't want to do that." She kept saying it
Mhm,
over and over again. So eventually I did give in and I just ordered an Amazon kit. I remember ordering an Amazon kit and being so
mhm,
excited for it to come. And that
mhm,
is how my nail journey started. And 3 years down the line, now I'm literally doing nails as a full time job. So yeah,
mm.
that's how it
Okay,
started.
cool, cool. So I want to get into as far as the beauty industry, in terms of like, not only the beauty industry, but also nails as well. So in your perspective, what is the beauty and nail industry and nail education like in Ireland, possibly?
So the nail and beauty industry, would you be asking regarding like education on it or just in general?
So like both in general and as well as education.
Okay, so just starting off with education, so in Ireland, like the basic education for doing nails or anything beauty would be like going to a community school and doing a course that's like a year long. However, in
Mhm,
that, I personally haven't done it, but I have friends who have done it or know people who have done it. And just from what they've told me, it's just a year long and they just basically teach you the basics of nails, which mainly would
mhm,
cover manicures or like gel manicures and doing makeup and maybe eyebrows and just the basics of beauty. However, if you
mhm,
do want to go into the likes of acrylic nails or gel X or anything else, you would need to like further your education, maybe by doing a course. Some people or like some academies in Ireland actually offer courses for like a day. Some offer courses for week's length, but like 2 days out of the week. So you would
mhm.
get that, could get the education other ways. But
Right.
that would be the only thing I would know about educations, beauty education or nail education in Ireland. And as far as the industry, it's not the same as America. I think we are growing 100% and our skills, we are getting better, but America's just on a totally different scale. I think a lot of Irish, well, let me speak for myself. I personally do look up to American nail artists and nail technicians for inspiration and for like content inspiration because they are on a completely different scale.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Here it's a lot of education, a lot of like, content creation, stuff like that. And the thing is like with the US, here it's different because, with a cosmetology license. So I'm a licensed cosmetologist, for example. So in the state that I'm in Maryland. So Maryland, you gotta acquire 1,500 hours to get a cosmetology license. And
Okay.
then for yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 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 right, exactly. And so for a nail tech license, you gotta have 250 hours.
Okay.
So, it's different from state to state in terms of hours you acquire. And so they also have a thing now where some states you gotta do like continued education. So if you do a renewal of your license, you have to do 6 or so hours or 3 or so hours of continued education.
Yeah.
So, that's the
Yeah.
thing with that. And so
It
with
would be
my
so.
cosmetology,
Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead. Sorry.
so with your cosmetology license, you have to renew it every 2 years or so. So what was the question?
No, I was just gonna say it was it's so different over here because technically all we do is we go to school for like for nails or any beauty industry that you want to do and you get the certificate and you're automatically qualified. I think in the States like some people get insurance like
Mhm,
for doing nails and everything. Over here, it wouldn't be as common. I think it would be more so common with owner people who own shops or salons in towns or
right,
something like that, which are like maybe dealing with a greater audience. However,
mhm,
apart from that, like myself, people like myself, like they more people wouldn't do that over here with the likes of insurance. But yeah.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I want to get into as far as your business. So you have your own business called Nailed by K. So tell us about your business and what services do you offer, and also what was the journey behind building your business?
Okay, so obviously, I'm a nail technician, nail artist in Ireland, and the services I offer are acrylic nails, biap, which would, I think in the States they might call it hard gel or something. I
Mhm,
also I also offer manicures for boys, and I just do the basics: acrylics, gels, services for girls, and I also obviously specialize in nail art, which I'm also trying to grow in as well. And as far as my nail journey, it's been very good. This year, end of last year and start of this year has been like really, really good for me as far as my nail career. How I started was obviously, like I said, being encouraged by my mom. At the time, I actually ended up picking up a new job after starting nails. So nails was more so my side hustle, and the job I had at the time was my main source of income. However, growing in the business, I obviously had more friends who also had businesses of their own, and I was seeing how they were doing and how they were prospering and flourishing in their business, and
mhm.
it was like a wake up call for me that like if they can do it, then you can do it too. So I started giving my nail business more attention over time, and I was seeing results. So last year, which would have been 2 years into my nail journey, I decided, you know what, let me go full time in what I'm doing. And I just put in more effort to grow my clientele, more exposure in my area. And it's been good ever since. And I'm really happy that I actually went down this route, to be honest.
Mhm. Now, while building your business, was there any obstacles that you had to face while building your business?
Building a business, obstacles. Yes, so there was obstacles such as I don't know if I would say this is an obstacle, but like the start of my nail journey, um, obviously starting off something you're not known or like people don't know the skills that you have. So it was very hard for me to grow clientele at the time. There would be weeks that like I would have like maybe three clients in total, and I've put out so many slots. So that was very discouraging. But like I said, I just seeing my friends doing so well in their businesses was a wake up call for me to put in more effort. And the more effort I put in, the more rewards I did get. Things I did at the time was I would create the craziest sets I could think of and post it, and it would not go viral, but it would be shared locally, so it was more
Right.
exposure for me and everything. So that's something I've done to overcome like any kind of obstacles such as growing clientele and exposure.
Can you tell us more about your experience of getting a clientele, and was there any difficulties as far as getting a clientele?
Yeah, so the only difficulty would be what I would say would have been like exposure. But once I did start to get exposure in my area, which was me actually putting more effort into my content, and back to what I was saying earlier, I really did dive into American nail techs content to just pick and choose what would suit people in my area and what is like new, what people haven't seen around. And once I started doing that, and once I started focusing on nail art, because before I would do very basic sets, which I guess
Mhm,
people would have seen, so it wasn't a wow factor for a lot of people. But once I started doing things that people haven't seen before,
mhm,
um, I started seeing more clients coming in, and yeah, then it just kind of skyrocketed from there.
mhm. Yeah, that's really, really cool. So I want to get into and talk about nail art. So where do you draw inspiration for your nail art, and how would you describe your nail art style?
Okay, so my nail art style right now. Um, To be very honest, maybe again, American nail artists, I think they are
Mhm,
on the crazier side of nail art, which I personally love and I need to get into more. I love it because it's very challenging as well. And to be honest, I'm not where I want to be regarding nail art just because my area and like the people, my clientele, they kind of like the more basic sets, which I personally love myself.
mhm,
However, diving into it would need maybe me getting more clientele with people that want maybe set on the crazier sides, which I'm
right.
still looking out to do. I'm out to get more clientele in that area. But as far as my nail art and inspiration, yeah, just me and my clients kind of put heads together sometimes with sets, and we just create something, create whatever they want. To be honest, yeah, but that's it.
Mhm. And see, here's the thing with the nail industry, like just globally, especially when it comes down to like the US or the UK, like I love like the artistry of it because, the artistry is just so out the box. And that's why like I gravitated towards people who did a lot of nail competitions. So like, people that were in nail competitions, like, Sam Biddle, who was the first person I interviewed on my show, and Catherine Wong and Viv Simmons. These were people that was competing like during the early 2010s in these nail competitions, with Nail
Yeah,
Olympia and all these other platforms. And they did nails for like Nail Pro, Nails Magazine. And so I was like, looking at the competition section of these magazines, I was like, wow, like art exists like this, like nail art exists like
yeah,
this to that extent. I was like, oh, holy, like wow.
crazy.
And so the thing was that it's grown so much more than how it was 10 or so years ago in
Yeah,
terms of nail art. There's so much out right now as far as like nail art, tools and paints and 3D nail art, 3D gels and stuff like that. I meant to say, and
yes.
charms that you can use and bling. And it's like it's just the world is your oyster with the creativity of nails. It's just amazing.
It is amazing. One other nail artist that I did see around the time of the Met Gala, I think her name is Michelle. I can't remember her nail page, but she did do nails for the likes of Cardi B and Tyla, and the set of nails that she done for Cardi B, I just thought were incredible. It was something to do with like a 3D shape. But I think I heard it took her over 30 hours just to shape the nails, which I think is insane. I don't know
Yeah.
how people have the patience for that, but I would love, love, love to get into it over time. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It definitely, developing like nail artistry takes a lot of time.
it
And,
does.
the more that you experiment, the more you understand, okay, this is what I like. This is what I like to use as far as nail products to do nail art and stuff like that. And that's even my personal journey with being an artist in general, is
Yeah,
that you explore and you take inspiration and you look at inspiration from other people, different techniques and styles that you could utilize, in terms of your nail art. And the set that you're talking about that was done for Cardi B is from Coco Michelle. That's her name because she used to do
that's
nails
her
for
name.
Megan,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion. And
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah, so she did those nails. That took her like 20 hours to do for Cardi B for the Met Gala.
Yeah,
Yes, insane.
crazy stuff, honestly. But it's
Yeah, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah, right. Absolutely, most definitely. It's absolutely crazy. So, in terms of, I want to get into pricing because I think there's been a lot of conversation in regards to like pricing and understanding your worth and your value. So, what has been your personal journey with pricing your nail art and nail services?
So, with pricing on my nail journey, I once I started doing nails, I actually started off pretty low. Do you want me to
Hmm.
get into like the exact prices or no?
I mean, you don't have to talk about like your price
Okay.
specifically, but you can just talk about like your journey, like
Just
about
okay.
pricing. Yeah, yeah.
No problem. So basically, I started up my pricing pretty low. Looking back at it, it was quite low. But if I was to start my nail journey again, I would maybe put it lower anyways, but not as low as I did. Just obviously to build clientele, and because my skills weren't exactly the best at the time. Not that they are now, but I have gained experience. But as
Mhm,
for now, I have increased my prices a lot by when I first started, which was 3 years ago. Um, the pricing here is it's very, it's a mixture to be honest, because you could go down the road and the nail shops are charging, let's say I charge €50 for a set. The nail shops
right.
would charge €70 for the same set. And yeah, just it's very different to the States as well. I think they like their starter point already is like €100 or $100 in the States.
Mhm,
Over here you would barely see anyone that would pay more than like €80 for a set of nails. So it's
mhm,
completely different. But I would say maybe due to the economy as well and like cost of living as well. But my nail pricing journey, I'm okay with what it is right now. I personally do
Mhm.
want to up my skills, up my services,
Right.
we'll do a bit more before I increase my prices. I actually want to know, I want people to know what they're paying for when they come to
Right.
me and be satisfied with what they're getting 100% before I increase it anymore.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely, and that's something that I'm learning too, as far as pricing and stuff like that. And it's definitely it applies to not only with the time and the quality of products, and but it also applies to like the amount of skill you grow over time. And the
Yes,
thing is that, like, I like how within the nail industry is more and talks about it now, because the thing is that it gives insight to more nail techs, especially those who are coming in, even beginner nail techs, of how to price what they're worth in, with their services, their nail art and stuff like that. So it's just the more skill that you have and the more, time you spend on a set of nails, especially like nail
100%.
art and the prep and things like that, the more you say, okay, I'm ready to up my prices, and things of that nature.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, just over time, I did learn to just up my prices. I also looked at the competition around me as well, and
Hmm.
just
Yeah, absolutely.
based it in and around what like the local nail technicians were pricing.
Absolutely, most definitely. So, what are some of your favorite nail products to use when doing nail services and nail art?
So my favorite nails products to use would be the likes of Young Nails. I actually only really
Hmm.
started using them now. Their acrylic system and their monomer system is amazing as far as
Hmm.
I've used. Previously, I would have used Nail Nails. They were also very, very good, but I just found it easier to actually get the Young Nails products. The shipping is like a day or two, so it's very
Hmm.
convenient. And that's for acrylic. As far as gel or like hard gel slash biap, I would use glitter bells. They work amazing for me. I've only actually started using them recently, maybe towards the
Hmm.
start of the year, and they've been very well as well. I haven't explored too much with the hard gel slash biap, but so far they're really good.
Mm. Yeah. Now, as far as like getting access, do you have like nail supply stores in Ireland or like beauty supply stores in Ireland where you get access to the professional nail products, or is it just solely online?
So we do have for example, I live in a town called Dundalk. We would have a store called Sally's, and they would have maybe the basic stuff for nail supplies. Once in a while, if I really need something, and if like where I order it from can't deliver it by the time I need it, I would run into the likes of that kind of beauty store. But for more varieties or products or just different things in general, it would mainly be online. Like I would do my nail supply shopping online with like charms and nail products or nail accessories. Most of it would just be online.
So you have a Sally's Beauty Supply in Ireland?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Yeah, we got one here in the
No
US.
way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. We got a Sally's Beauty Supply here in the US. And we have another beauty supply store, but it's like for like wholesale and it's like for beauty professionals. So you have to be licensed to get in. It's called
Yeah.
Cosmoprov. So
Okay.
Cosmoprov is, where they do like wholesale. So they sell like Kiara Sky and
Um,
OPI, all those other brands.
Yeah, we don't have stuff like that over here, unfortunately, actually. So even with Sally's, you actually need to be licensed, the
Yeah.
equivalent of a licensed technician to shop there as well. But as far as like wholesales and like shops like that, we don't have many of that in Ireland. However, I do live away from the city, which would be Dublin. Dublin may have more stores that have better varieties, but obviously it's not easy for me to be going in and out of the city, so ordering it online is always just better for me.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to ask you this question pertaining to the nail industry. So what are some things you like about the nail industry, but also too, what do you think about the things that the nail industry could be improved on?
Hmm. What do I like about the nail industry? um I think I love the artistic side to the nail industry, and
Hmm.
just also one thing I'm really picking up on is the community on, for example, on TikTok with nail techs, and just helping each other out and just like just being there for each other, especially for beginner nail techs. Is like, for example, on TikTok, there's so many content when it comes to beginner nail techs. That's something I would have definitely made use of as well when I started my nail journey. And the other question was, so what was the other question again? Sorry.
So the question is, what are some things you think the nail industry could be improved on?
Improved on. I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now. Um, Maybe actually going back to pricing again, maybe pricing, and not just pricing, but customers accepting the pricing of nail art, because nails are honestly sometimes, depending on the set as well, they're not easy. Doing nail art is not easy. Finding
Hmm.
sometimes nail charms for clients that want a particular kind of set is not easy. So I would say maybe like clients actually accepting the prices and come to terms with it and what they're paying for.
Mm, absolutely. Now, do you think that there's black representation in the nail industry in the UK and Ireland, in your perspective?
100%. I would say there are in the UK and both Ireland, yes. For example, one of my favorite nail techs actually is from the UK. She's from Manchester. Her name
Mhm,
is Acrylic District. Her work
mhm,
is amazing. Just the neatness of it, the nail art, like her work is just amazing. To be honest, so
mhm.
I would say there is good representation of both the UK and Ireland.
Cool, cool. Now, if you had a top five list of your favorite nail artists, who would they be and why?
I can't. Oh my god, there's just so many. There's so many of them. But my top two, I would say, is like I said, Acrylic District from Manchester, and
Hmm.
also Claws by Jazz from Houston. Her work
Hmm.
is amazing. I think I started seeing her with more duck nails, which I'm really loving and really trying to get into as well. The reason why I
Hmm.
would pick those two off the top of my head is just where Aquatic District, her neatness, her cuticle work is amazing. And when it comes to Claws by Jazz, her artwork, like she can make something that I would have never thought of make sense, and it just looks
Hmm.
perfect on the set. So I would pick those two for those reasons. Yeah.
Mm, yeah, that's really, really cool. So, how do you juggle being a nail artist and mental health?
Um, Being a nail artist and mental health. I don't know. For me, it goes hand in hand. You see, with me, I'm a very chatty person, so that's how I get my point across. That's how I unwind. That's how
Yeah.
I de-stress. So me dealing with people on a daily basis, I think is perfect for me because I get to talk to people. I get to interact on a daily basis.
Right.
I get to hear people's opinions as well. Sometimes I could have things bothering me, and I might not want to say to my friends, and I'll just say to my client, and she gives me advice, and I feel better, or I know how to navigate something,
Right.
or I don't like what my friends are saying, like giving the opinions they're giving, and I just ask my clients. And
Right.
honestly, for me personally, it goes hand in hand.
Hmm.
They help each other, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, that's really, really cool. I want to get into as far as the future. So, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years from now?
I've been getting asked this question a lot lately by my friends and family. Regarding nails, I don't know. I really don't know because, like I said, I am still a college student. I'm actually in my second year, so I have 2 years left.
All right.
I'm Yeah, I'm studying business and technology, so
Cool.
yeah, so it is quite like a different but at the same time the same kind of career path. As far as nails, I don't know just yet, but personally I'm open to whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna own my own nail salon, if I want to start something with nails, or if I want to go into my own career with my degree. But that's something I think I will leave for that time to decide. I'll let it come to me naturally, and then I'll decide maybe when I have to. But I don't think nails is something I'm gonna leave um,
Hmm.
anytime soon, anyways, because I really do enjoy doing it, and I enjoy meeting people. So yeah, but I'm not sure yet, just right now.
Mm. And it's cool that you're studying like business and tech too, and especially with technology, it has
Yeah.
grown so much in the nail
So
industry.
much. Yeah.
Stuff has gotten so advanced, with the UV lamps and nail drills, and even with AI is getting more and more prominent.
It's scary at this point, actually, how far it has gone. Honestly, so scary. But yeah.
Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm very interested to see how AI and where it goes. It is scary though.
It
It
is
is scary though.
scary.
But we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes eventually over
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
right, exactly. Last but not least, where can people find you on social media, and how can people support you and your business?
And people can find me on TikTok, Instagram. My nail page is called Nailed by K. Um, and how they can support me is just by like following me. Um, Obviously, if you're in Ireland, book me as well. But yeah, that's where they'll find me. So yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kay, for jumping on. I love what you're doing. I found out about you on TikTok. I was like, is there any nail artists in Ireland? So I found out about you. So
Yeah.
just thank you so much for jumping on. I really love this conversation between me and you, and I wish you the best of luck with everything, even in college and things like that down there in Ireland and things of that nature. So just thank you so much.
Thank you too. Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed this conversation as well. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also, follow me on my social media platforms and be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care, stay healthy, and stay beautiful. Bye bye.